you, like what exactly you do.
Okay. My name is Abiodun Oladejo. I'm the co-founder of the Green Fashion Factory, where we
Okay.
upcycle waste and turn them into new
Uh-huh.
products. Yeah, that's all.
Sorry to interrupt. Abidon, I'll be very glad if you speak up, like increase your vocal cords because I can't
Okay.
hear you. Yes, and if you can
Can you
use
hear me now?
yes, your microphone, I don't know where you can bring it a bit closer to your mouth so that we can hear you because it's a recorded session. So
All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me properly now?
yes, but it's not as loud as the pulse. So I don't know. But
Oh,
please go ahead.
okay. So I'll be speaking about circular economy. But before I start, I would love to start with a short story. So
Okay.
about 6 years ago, then I was learning fashion designing. So I learned at a place where they practice bulk production. I mean fast fashion process. So at the end of each working day, we used to add at least a sack full of fabric of cut waste that we used to sell as the case might be. But then when I was learning, I was not that exposed to sustainability, recycling, and upcycling and all. So I used to feel like, why throwing all these stuffs away? Why not try to like use it to do something else? But I couldn't do anything because yeah, I don't know anything about recycling then. So at some point, whenever we wanted to dump those waste, the neighborhood would be like, no, 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 don't dump it there, blah blah blah. And it continues like that till I finish my training. So I would love to ask everyone this question. What if it's possible to buy a drink, pay for the beverage inside, and return the bottle? Are we still going to treat the bottle as a waste? And what if it's possible to exchange our nylons for money? Are we still going to trade the nylons as waste? And this is where the importance of circular economy comes in. You see, in a normal linear economy, we make product, use the product, and throw it away. That's all. Whereas in a circular economy, goods and materials are designed into smaller loops and used over and over again. Imagine developing a system whereby beverage bottles are continuously sent back to the bottler company to be washed and reused. You see, circular economy is an economy where waste does not exist at all. And the best example is that of a tree. Trees breathe in carbon dioxide, we breathe out, and breathe out oxygen, we breathe in. Tree takes nutrients from the land, and when the leaves falls off, it provides nutrients for other organisms, and the cycle starts all over again. You see, I think it's a typical example of circular economy, whereby carbon dioxide we see as let me say waste or poison to our environment. They help us to absorb it and breathe out oxygen for us to use again. Imagine that kind of economy where there is zero waste. Wouldn't it make sense if our economy is like that? So I think we really need to change from linear economy to circular economy, and even have to do that differently. Not just practicing circular economy, we have to practice it differently. Sorry. So
I guess someone is facing internet issues.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can proceed.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So what
we
can
can
we
hear.
do better with waste material? I said I don't want to call it waste any longer. I prefer to call it resource because they are not, in a real sense, they are not waste. So as consumers, there are a few things we can do. Avoiding prepackaged products. Like when you are going to shop for your groceries, why not take your reusable material, reusable shopping bag rather than using nylon to shop? Choosing aluminum cans over plastic bottles because aluminum cans are much more efficient to recycle rather than plastic bottles. Seeking to repair old appliances and technologies rather than buying new ones. I think that would be more sustainable than trashing stuff and ending up in the landfill. So I have 10 steps here in achieving a circular economy. The first one is refuse. You see, we consume more than we need. Every year, we increase the goods we own by 25 billion tons. Imagine 25 billion tons. We can change these by refusing to have unnecessary and unsustainable products. The number two thing is rethink. Like everyone has to think about the environmental impact of any product we are going to produce or we are going to buy, or even before designing it. And with a focus on how to reduce its negative environmental impact. We need to always put that in mind while producing our products and why going to buy stuff. The number three point is reduce. The fact is we can always do more with less. To achieve this, we need to manufacture products in a smarter way. For example, recycling. I'll talk more about recycling as we go on. And the number 4 point is reuse. Like reusing of products previously used by someone else or by another consumer, rather than discarding it. I mean, the product that are still in good condition. For example, now giving out your old t-shirt, your old trousers, rather than dumping it on the landfill. Another one is repair. If it's still possible for us to fix something, why do we need to buy another one? Like, there's no need for getting another one. So I think it's more sustainable to like fix stuff rather than going to buy another thing when the one you ought to fix is still in good condition. So another one is refurbish. Refurbish is the process of restoring an old or discarded product and bringing it up to date to serve its initial purpose. This is common in phones, computers, and some electronics. This will help to decrease the need of new products, resulting in reduction of waste and carbon emissions. And my number 7 step is repurpose, which is also known as upcycling, which involves upcycling of discarded products in new product with the same function. For example, now tire. Some people are actually upcycling tire into furniture, fabric of cuts in making carpet, like in my company now. We make use of all these fabric of cuts to make carpet, table runner, wall hanging, and lots more. Another point is remanufacture, which involves the use of part of a discarded product in new product with the same function. And another one is recycle, which is recovering of a product that has been used and putting it through a process to make it into a new version of the same product. For example, now, basic phase of recycling includes collection of waste materials, processing into new products, and purchase of those products which can be recycled again. Like it's possible to recycle some materials for as much as 8 times. So example of product that can be recycled include aluminum cans, which can be recycled into aluminum cans again. And that's why it's more sustainable to like choose products made from aluminum cans rather than plastic bottles, glass bottle, paper, wood, plastic, and so on. And why is recycling necessary? It is necessary because the material reused can serve as substitute for raw materials. It can help to reduce the quantities of solid waste deposited in landfill, and it can help to reduce air, water, and land pollution. And we have 2 types of recycling, which are internal and external recycling. In internal recycling is the reuse in the manufacturing process of materials that are waste products of that process, e.g. in distilling industry now. During distillation, waste mesh is dried and processed into edible foodstuff for cattle, rather than making it to end up in the landfill. While external recycling is the reclaiming of materials from a product that have been worn out or rendered obsolete, e.g. in the place of aluminum cans that can be recycled again to aluminum cans. So, and the last step is recover, which involve incineration of materials with energy. So, why is circular economy so important? Circular economy is important because it gives us the keys for living more sustainable, cleaner, and safer life. I would love to show us some of the products that were made. Oh, please, I need to share my screen.
Yeah, sure,
Can you
sure.
give me the permission to share my screen? Yeah. I can't do that.
Mayat? Mayat, are you there?
Hello, Deepa. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Mayat, Abno is trying to share her screen, but it is not working. So can you please check?
Yes, I am. Abiodun, please try again.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Can you see my screen now?
No.
Okay.
We can't see it.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you
yes.
see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Like this one hanging now. It was made from fabric of cotton. Look how beautiful it is. It was made from my company actually. Imagine this of course ending up in the landfill, or we can come up with something nice from it. So I have another one here. This footwear was made from fabric of cotton. Can everyone see this? Can you see this footwear?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is from Planetary African Creative Hub. Could you believe it was made from tire?
Oh, really?
And this is really nice. Yeah, it was made from tire. Yeah. And lastly, this nice bag was from Planetarial, and it was made from sachet water nylon waste.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think with all this being said, together we can make things happen, and we can make the world a better place for ourselves and for the children of our children. So, do you have any question? Any question, comment, anything?
Yeah, whatever you showed us, like, it was so interesting. Like, I cannot imagine that you made that certain things, Wow. Quite impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually I'd like to ask you about something, like when we talk about recycling.
Okay.
So basically, like,
Alright.
in our generation right now, when we have a lot of gadgets and a lot of things going around in the market, and there is a lot of electronic waste which we are struggling to, recycle or do something about it. So what do you think about recycling of electronics, like electronic gadgets or anything?
Well, in terms of
Yes.
Nepal?
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's off. I don't know what's wrong.
I guess she's having internet issues.
Okay.
Yeah. Abiodun, can you hear us?
Hi.
Abiodun?
Oh, sorry. I'm having some
No
network
problem.
issues
Yeah.
there.
I thought we lost you.
So in terms of how to recycle electronic gadgets, I think the best thing to do is to give it back to the electronic complaint or drop it off at recycling points. I think we all have recycling points in every country where we can drop our waste, and they can then send it to where they can recycle it.
Yeah.
Hope I answered that.
Sure. Do we have anyone who would like to ask certain questions on this topic, circular economy, recycling, Anybody, please raise your hands. Guys. Anybody wanting to ask something on this topic, please raise your hands. Yes, Redmi 9C, who is this?
Yes. I have some questions
yes,
for...
Please say.
Yes. Pour le recyclage, comme si vous regardez ici au Sénégal, bon, on a beaucoup d'objets à recycler dans la nature. On a des caoutchoucs, des toiles. Même actuellement, l'État a préconisé qu'on élimine complètement les sachets, qu'on n'utilise plus les sachets. Donc, Roger va traduire après. Donc, ma question est la suivante. C'est comment arriver à gérer les objets recyclables, de sorte que ça ne pollue pas la nature. Et en même temps, ici, on a beaucoup de difficultés. C'est les objets, les déchets sont en train d'être mangés par les animaux. Donc, c'est néfaste en même temps for the animals, you know. Donc, comment lutter contre les objets recyclables de sorte que ça n'affecte pas les animaux et la vie des êtres humains. Donc, Roger va traduire.
I'm sorry, I don't understand that.
Roger, I don't think Roger is on this session. Roger?
Abiodun, are you okay? Can you please plug in your charger?
There is power failure, yeah. There's no light.
Yeah. Bon, je vais essayer un peu en anglais.
No problem.
J'essaie un peu. Donc, why did you do for to eliminate the object pollution object?
Great, Mr. Senegal, I think Roger will join the session soon so that we can clearly understand your question so that Abiodun would be able to answer. So please hold on with your question and we'll get back to you, okay?
We have someone in the chat box asking, can aluminium foil be recycled?
Yes.
Yes, and how? How's the recycling process, Abiodun? Are you there?
Yeah, and
Abiodun? The network is really bad, so I don't know how. So guys, you can hold on. I think she'll come back in a bit. Yeah.
Are we facing any issues? Yeah, we have Roger here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, Roger, we miss you so much. We have we have a question from Redmi 9C speaking French, so please.
Oh, okay, so please, Guy, can you take it again?
Roger, I said that je disais que, bon, ici, comme au Sénégal, il y a beaucoup d'objets qui polluent la nature. Donc, à savoir les objets plastiques, les sachets. Donc, l'État est en train même de lutter contre l'utilisation des sachets. On l'interdit actuellement, on utilise les sachets en papier. Donc, je disais que aussi ça affecte complètement la nature, la vie des êtres humains, en même temps aussi la vie des animaux. Donc, je posais la question à savoir comment faire donc pour lutter contre les méfaits de ces objets qui peuvent être polluants, quoi.
Okay.
So, Roger.
Yeah. I think the speaker is not there. So, he's talking about the using of rabbits, industrial rabbits. So currently the government of Senegal is trying to eradicate the using of rabbit, the producing of rabbits, and to use a rabbit in paper, made in paper, like is usable and it can be destroyed naturally, So he's asking if there is a global plan, to fight against the using of all this material, because no matter what, even is industrial or recycling one, it still affect the environment. So you just want to know what is the plan or what can be the solutions, to eradicate all these issues,
Okay, so I'm not the speaker, but I would want to answer. In Africa,
Of course.
Yes, in Africa, our main problem is dissemination of waste. So Roger, if I got you right, is it the rubber? Did you say rubber? Because
Yeah, I'm talking about the waste. Yeah.
Plastic.
Waste. Yeah, plastic. Yeah, plastic. Yeah,
Okay.
plastic.
Yeah, so in Africa, our main issue is dissemination of waste. You know, ideally, we should have had that kind of separation. Different dustbins should represent different waste materials. So let's say electronics should go into the electronic waste bag, plastic should go into the plastic waste bag. Then, how do I even call it? Internal waste. What was this name? I've forgotten. Internal waste, as in feces and all those waste, should be placed in its place. So with our feces, with our mechanism and all that, as in our normal feces mechanism. But in Africa, we have places where they defecate anywhere, even in our water bodies, anywhere, even in our bushes and all that. And all those things causes food pollution and all of that. So the problem is with us, our mindset. That is one. And also the government should rule out regulations on how we can disseminate waste or separate waste. So in my country, Ghana, we started and all the waste companies are supposed to bring all those segregation containers to put each waste in each container. But it didn't work because Africans are used to just jamming up everything together. So let's say in your household, after eating, if you can separate organic waste from inorganic waste, it would surely help us. But we tried and it didn't work. We are just used to the normal old ideal waste. And also people dump refuse in gutters. So we have our drainage system being blocked and all of that. So the first thing with this waste problem is segregation. That is number one. So if the waste are equally segregated into its container, it is easier. So let's say if we have a recycling company, the company comes for electronics and knows where to take electronics. The company comes for plastics and knows where to put plastics. And also the substitution of plastics. You know, plastic deterioration rate takes like, I don't know if I'm right, takes like 100 years to deteriorate. So all those plastics that are being produced, they end up in our water bodies, in our shores and our sea living things, engulf it into their bodies and they die. So we have to substitute the use of plastics, and I don't know what we can substitute for. So let's say in my country, they buy foods and they put it in plastics. So instead, what we can use this natural leaf. In Ghana, if you buy wache is a very common food in Ghana, and I love it. If we buy wache, instead of putting it into a plastic container, we can put it in this natural leaf and consume it. So we should avoid plastics. If not, in years to come, we will all leave this planet Earth, and the planet, its deterioration rate would be at its peak because plastic is really killing us. For an aluminium foil, it can be melted. I saw someone asking it in the question box. So aluminium foil can be melted and can be molded into another shape. But for plastics, it can also be melted. But the point is that because we don't segregate the waste, it just I don't know, clots together and it ends up in our water bodies, especially in Africa. Because in Japan, if you don't separate waste, it's a fine. That the government of the country would jail you for not separating waste. So I think that's the way in Africa. If we are able to do that, we can recycle. So the problem is not with the recycling. The problem is the separation of each waste. Because if I come for your refuse and you have a lot of things jammed up and it's smelling, it can just breed out bacteria in a couple of minutes, and it's jammed up. It causes that kind of thing. No one would want to have the time to separate. It takes time. So if from our individual homes we can separate the waste, segregate it in your small way, you can do it. You don't have to let the government come and arrest you before you try to segregate your waste. So if you're eating organic stuff, just put it here, because organic waste can be used to revive the soil, and inorganic can be recycled into so many things. So basically, that's my take on it. Abiodun, she has network issues, so I think we'd have to end the session. Red MI, is there anything you would want to say? Have I answered your question, even though I'm not the speaker?
Someone asked, like, Hope asked, is glass recyclable? Of course.
Yes, so all waste can be recycled. All waste can be recycled. That's what I was trying to say, that the main problem we have is the separation of waste. So if the waste is separated, well, maybe the glass manufacturing company will just come for it and I don't know. So for the bottles, I don't know whether in Africa we use Coke bottles a lot. The bottles, the breakable ones, not the plastic ones. It's breakable, but they come for it. After using it, they come for it and change and wash it or whatever. I don't know what they do to it, and still put in the Coke and bring it back to us. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not the speaker. I'm just airing my view. So I have a contribution. It will be better to also consider the amount of waste. Or what do you mean by that? But to consider the amount of waste, as in we should have a limitation to how we use stuff, because waste is from things that have been used. So I don't know. Then there's another one. How can one start a recycling business? I have no idea. Maybe you ask the authorities in your country on how to register a business, and I think you'll be good to go. So the next speaker is online. So if Abiodun is not here, then we'd have to end the session. So any comment, any contributions? Yes.
I take him. Let me stand here. Let me pack it. Sister, hold it. Take it.
Selma,
can you please mute yourself, guys, please?
Selma Bitch, you have the floor, Selma.
Yeah, thank you so much. Just like I do have some comments to add in here. For example, when it comes to the question of the waste policy, I just want to add one more thing, which is the waste policy. It's not only about always recycling, but also suggesting some policies for that. For example, we can see the European countries always like respecting the law and like just doing their job by not, for example, keeping in mind that this plastic should be put in this I would say garbage basket or something, and this glass should be put in here. So they always respect this rules, and we have never like thought of why they do respect it, and like why we did not embrace that as African countries, I would say. So like after rethinking, I found that the policies are the ones that oblige everyone to stick to it, and what I mean by policies is like I do insist on very, very, I would say, strict policies that include sometimes even paying some, paying money for just doing that deed, So if this mindset was embraced here in our countries, we will absolutely go for that, because, when you touch someone's pocket, you will be obliged to just respect the law, because it includes my money on it, right? For example, here in Algeria, we also don't have this as well. Also, for the one who asked about the business, how to start business, like plastic business, to be honest, here in Algeria, there are some people who did started this business, and how that was like, it was just by recycling the plastic and making something out of it. For example, there are some bags in here that are all made by plastic, and I'm not like talking about stupid like simple bags, but like very, very beautiful bags, and they were all made by plastic, including some materials on it. And they ended up really having a successful business because it's eco-friendly and it's cheap, and everyone will absolutely will try to use that instead of other stuff, you know. And these things, and can you imagine, we do have a business here in Algeria where like when your bag got cut or something, like you will have scratch on it or something, you can return it back and they can recycle it again and you can get it back later. You see, like even if you had anything wrong with your bag, you can take it to fix it, and then they will turn it back to you for free. So this is the best thing about it. And for me, as a climate activist, I would love to go for such things. So yes, having a business on this area just requires you to have this machine that recycles the plastic or any other material, and then you're ready to go. And that's actually what I call it, a green business, because it's eco-friendly and everyone would love to be part of it, since it protects our environment, of course. So that's just for the questions that were asked. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Selma. That was a good one. You are not the speaker, but you did good. You did justice. Okay. So, yes, Selma Bijibij is our next speaker. So, without any further submissions, we'll have to adjourn and join the next session. So, are there any questions or?
Anyone wants to ask anything?
Yes, so her time is up, so let's all wait and join the next session. Thank you all very much. And like I said, those that attended the session throughout, please notify us if you're a YPG member. Notify us and you will surely get your certificate. So thank you all. So we have 1 minute to prepare for the next session. Selma, be on standby.